Hi everyone, it's Coach Boots here, and today I want to talk to you about what holds me back from achieving my personal health and fitness goals, which are very much tied to confidence and how I perform for my family as well as at work and how I feel in general about myself. And my point in doing this is that I hope you'll see a lot of similarities between me and you. Sometimes I feel as if a lot of people know that I've been working in the health and wellness space for a while and that I have been an athlete for many years. And they don't understand how much I struggle with that. If I'm honest, the past 5 years or so have been such a struggle for me. And I have to work really hard to push through that and to do better and better, to the point that honestly, I feel as if I've lost a part of myself, and it's really, really difficult sometimes. I am the girl who was obese in high school and who had hardly ever run and decided that I was going to go out and run the Boston Marathon a couple of times. And I was going to do that in memory of my mom and in honor of my sister, who is my best friend and who has battled cancer. And that I wanted to do that to help children who were suffering from loss and difficulties in their own personal lives. I wanted to bring hope to families out of gratitude for the world-class healthcare that my own family had received. So tonight, I find myself incredibly disappointed. And I'm disappointed and frustrated with myself, not with anyone else. And the reason for that is that I once again have failed to properly train for races and that I doubt my ability to achieve my goals that I set out to achieve at the beginning of this year. So let me tell you a bit about my upcoming race schedule. On September 11th, I have the Great North Run, and that is a half marathon, so it's 13.1 miles. And I think what's happened is I've made excuses. I do have a very demanding job. I do travel all of the time. I spend 2 days per week flying across the country, and that's been the case since January. So oftentimes I'm waking up at 4 a.m. to catch a plane, or I'm arriving home at 2 a.m. or later, and that happens again twice per week. So I'm losing 2 days to that. Also, when I'm not flying, I'm required to work 10-hour days, and it's demanding work. And I'm traveling. Sometimes I'm tired. Sometimes I'm sick. I was sick last week with a pretty bad cold. I'm also in different environments, so poor me. I started the year in the U.S. Virgin Island of St. Croix, and again, not a terrible location, but the most difficult place I've ever trained in my life. More difficult than sub-Saharan Africa because you have the humidity plus really challenging hills. And then from there, I went on to Dallas. I was in Dallas May, June, and July. So again, dealing with just brutal humidity, 110-degree weather. Now I'm in Colorado. So Colorado is actually fantastic weather this time of year, at least in my opinion. I like it a bit hot when I train. So it's usually high 80s, low 90s here. However, I'm training at altitude, and that's a challenge in and of itself. So what I've done is, because of illness, because of injury, and because of these travel and climate challenges that I've just outlined, I've not stuck to my training plan the way I should train. Now, again, I said the past 5 years have been one incredible struggle for me. Again, I haven't felt like myself. My weight has been up and down. Really, really struggled. So I am doing better. However, I think you know that I'm absolutely in love with Beachbody's 21-day fix extreme fitness and nutrition program. And that has made me feel stronger than ever before. It has helped me make sure I get in my workouts every day. However, I'm not running the distances I would like to run or that I would need to run right now to complete 13.1 miles in exactly a month. However, I think I will be able to push through the Great North Run. I'll probably have to walk a bit of it, but I'm okay with that. Then I have the Ragnar Trail race series. Very, very excited about this race. So it is an overnight camping experience. You do it in teams of 8, and it's a relay race. It runs for 36 hours, and your team members take turns completing different legs of the race. And I think that each leg ranges from about 3 miles to 6 or 7 miles tops. So that I might not be in the best shape, but I can do that. That's the weekend of September 30th. And then the following week or so, on October 9th, I'm scheduled to run the Chicago Marathon. And that's what I'm most upset about. Now, Chicago is an important race to me for many reasons. First of all, when I sustained my neuroma, my current foot injury, I was traveling in England for work, and I was scheduled to run Chicago. About 2 weeks later, I had to withdraw from that race. I hate withdrawing from races, so I've wanted to go back and complete it ever since. It means a tremendous amount for me because, again, I'm running in memory of my mom and in honor of my sister and for the children at Dana-Farber whom I work with. So it's very important to me to fulfill my commitments when I sign up for those deeply personal goals. It's also incredibly important because I was not able to complete my last marathon. London 2014, I was training for Cancer Research UK, fundraising on their behalf, and I'd actually deferred from the prior year, and my neuroma was just giving me too much trouble. I had a once-in-a-lifetime experience to go with some of my MBA classmates to Rwanda and Kenya in the weeks leading up to the marathon, and I wasn't able to run. It was not safe to run in Nairobi after dark. Again, just not safe to be out there as a single white woman running. And so I had to do the best I could in the race, and my neuroma started to act up around mile 7. I was so motivated. That race meant so much to me. I pushed through as long as I could push, and I walked, and I got to mile 20. I literally couldn't stand on that foot anymore. So I had to come to grips with the fact that I could not go on and finish the race. So after these experiences, I set a goal to complete a marathon in 2016. This was my New Year's resolution, and I said to myself, come hell or high water, I am going to do this because I can't figure out for the life of me. I'm such a go-getter. I'm someone who goes and does things. I'm not a lazy person. I'm up to get my spinning in, to get my workouts in all the time. So why do I keep finding myself in this situation where I've signed up for a race and it rolls around and I haven't done my training, and not only that, but I can't even figure out why I haven't done my training and why I'm not prepared, and yet I'm in this situation again. So I can't express my frustration enough. My sister actually teases me about this because I'm constantly restarting my training program, and it's something that I need to fix. So I'm currently debating whether or not to do the Chicago Marathon. I also have, right around the marathon, I wasn't paying attention, wasn't scheduling smartly. I've scheduled a trip to England and the Middle East, and I'm also moving, like both in the 2 weeks before the marathon. So life is just crazy right now. As you probably know, I get anxious and that I struggle with anxiety. That tends to derail my nutrition and my training even more so. So Monday is a new day, or a new week rather. Tomorrow's a new day, so it is Saturday and Sunday, and Monday is a new week. In the fitness community, we usually conceptually begin our weeks on Mondays rather than Sundays. And my coach shared with me a meme, I think you call it, a little Facebook quote image a few weeks ago saying you don't need a new year to make a change. All you need is a Monday. And I'm a firm believer in that. So Monday is a new opportunity for me. I have a choice. I am going to choose to restart my marathon training program, although my sister and most of you may laugh, and you should. You are justified. You are correct in that. I should not be laughing at myself, but I should be angry at myself for having to do that. And I'm going to set my sights on a spring marathon. So that is going to happen no matter what. That is non-negotiable. It is a question of which spring marathon. There's a big part of me that wants to do Boston again. That race just means so much to me on a personal level. And if I did it, of course, I would do it for the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute. I can't even describe how motivating, how much of a personal honor, like I'm holding back tears right now just talking about it, how much of an honor it is to put on that singlet and to have names of friends and family members who have struggled with disease or passed away from disease, and to feel as if I am doing something meaningful in relation to that. So part of me really wants to do Boston, but I need to know that I'm ready for it. And also, if I am to commit to Boston, I need to know that I have enough support out there. I run for my own personal reasons, so I don't need support to get out there and run. But the commitments involved with the Boston Marathon, there's a fundraising commitment, and just the challenge of the training for that race, it's not something that I can achieve solely on my own. So I need to know that I have enough support out there. So I need to think that through a bit more. But I'm going to do a spring marathon. So I calculated last night, I sat down, I follow a 30-week training program because it gives me plenty of time to build up with that neuroma injury. And 30 weeks from Monday will take me to about mid-March. And then the Boston Marathon is usually around April 15th to April 20th. So it's good to have a couple of extra weeks in there, because if you're following a 30-week plan, you're probably going to have at least a week's worth of illness or injury where you need to readjust a bit. The problem is not doing that too much, as I have constantly done in the past few years. And, I think that I'm ready to do it this time. I do, however, want to ask you all for support. Again, I think people sometimes fail to understand how much I need that support. I'm just like anyone else. Part of me is still that fat girl that I was in high school, struggling with those same challenges every single day. And again, you add in the stressors and the demands of my job, and it's really hard. And it just means so much to me to be part of these accountability groups or to have people encouraging me. So I'm going to ask you to help me do that as much as you can, because that is tremendous. It just gives me such a leg up in trying to achieve my goals, to feel like I'm not alone, to feel like I have people constantly rooting for me. And I thank those of you who have done that all along. Just every time I see a positive comment, it just means so much to me. I can't tell you the number of times that I would not have otherwise run or done my training and saw something motivating from a friend or an acquaintance that pushed me out the door and just added a spring in my step, made me go that extra mile while thinking of this person. And again, I'm cheesy like that. Okay. Yes, so Monday I am restarting my marathon program. I'm debating, and I would love your input, whether to do another round of 21 Day Fix or whether to do our Country Heat Challenge program. So you probably know 21 Day Fix, the fitness and nutrition programs both have changed my life. I feel stronger than I have in years. I'm absolutely loving them. Losing weight, feeling great, gaining confidence, performing better at work, becoming mentally stronger, performing as a better friend and family member. So on September 7th, I leave for Europe, and that's my trip to run the Great North Run, as well as to visit a couple of friends actually, and to graduate, to finally earn my MBA in my official ceremony. The graduation pictures are something that I've just dreamed about for a long time. I just want to look great in them. And part of me thinks that 21 Day Fix would be the best way to get me there, to go into that feeling really strong. There's something about lifting weights and doing plyometric workouts that just make me feel amazing. Country Heat, however, is the latest and greatest workout from Beachbody. It is country line dancing inspired, so I am a country music fan. It's also so fun. If you haven't tried it, you should. And our team has a Country Heat challenge group beginning on Monday. So originally that was my plan. Now I'm wondering if I should do 21 Day Fix again to kind of, I just feel like 21 Day Fix might get me a little better into shape, might leave me feeling a little bit better. So I'm kind of erring on the side of that. And then my other dilemma is whether or not to do the Chicago Marathon. I think at this point, I'm going to be able to run an absolute maximum of 10 miles out of 26.2. So part of me says, Jamie, just go and finish it no matter what. I think from there, maybe I'll have an easier time. I'll have been kind of at the bottom of the barrel. Maybe it'll make it easier to keep putting myself out there to do these marathons, even though I'm nervous, even though I don't feel prepared, and to gradually improve. The other part of me does not have enough vacation time to go, so it would be really rushed logistically. Plus, with a move just days before and a 2-week trip to Europe and the Middle East just days before coming off of that Ragnar race. I'm just really anxious. My schedule is just really crazy, but I hate to give up. So I don't know what to do. I would definitely appreciate insight on that. I think I'm rambling at this point. I think that's all I had to say, but I wanted to put myself out there. I wanted to let you all know how much I struggle, how much the past 5 years have been a struggle for me, how much I feel like I've lost myself, and how that's something that I have to work through every single day. And I am the only one who can change that. I need to get my shit together and I need to stick to that training plan because I know it's something that I am well capable of doing. And I also want to let you know that when I get stressed and when I fall off my training plan, that just kind of spirals out of control. And I tend to be a stressful eater. My nutrition falls off the bandwagon. And that's been my other struggle that's held me back for the past few years. So I need to recommit on Monday and I need to follow sound training. I need to make sure I get in that workout every day, that not only am I getting in a quick 3-miler, that I'm pushing myself in my long runs, that I'm growing, that I'm not letting myself get distracted by other workouts or work, and that I'm building to where I need to be with no excuses. It's something I've done in the past. It's part of who I used to be, and I just need to find it again. And again, to say I struggle with this so much, I know I said that already, but one thing that does really help me is encouragement and accountability. And that's why I'm asking you guys to join me on my Beachbody journey so that we can do it together, so that I can motivate you and I need you to do the same for me. So, okay, that's all. I'm going to be doing a couple of videos this weekend because I have a bit of downtime, so I'm excited for that. And take care and have an awesome weekend, guys.